seated, you can be cross-legged, legs out in front, whatever feels more comfortable for you. So roll those shoulders away from the ears, opening up the collarbone. We're going to start with our breathing here, inhaling through your nose and exhaling out your mouth. You can take your hands to the rib cage here. As you inhale, feel that rib cage expand. And as you exhale, really feel the rib cage knitting together. Take a few big breaths, just feeling that opening and closing. As you exhale, try to engage the core. Keeping belly button to spine, rib cage nice and closed, collarbone open. And take a few breaths. We're going to turn on our mat and roll all the way down to our backs when you're ready. Slowly coming all the way down onto our backs. Feel the difference here. You can take your hands again to that rib cage as we begin our breathing again. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling out your mouth. Feel the difference. Try to find that neutral spine, that little pocket of air underneath the low back. And just continue with your breathing, pushing away the thoughts from outside. And starting to focus in on your practice, finding your core. And connecting your breath with your body. We're going to take arms up to 90, palms face away. We're going to inhale, exhale, reach up towards the ceiling, letting those shoulder blades lift. Inhale, shoulders come back down to the mat. Exhale, reach. Inhale, shoulder blades come down. A few more like this. We're just isolating the shoulders. Connecting our breath with our body. Try to focus on just the shoulders, the feet, the knees. Bottom half is not moving. There's no strain in the neck. Got two more like this. We're going to move into some arm circles here. Have those shoulder blades nice and tucked back down. Collarbones open, belly button to spine, rib cage closed. Hands come down to the hips, out to a T, and you rainbow them back up to 90. Just drawing some circles here with the arms. As you do this, really reach those fingertips, feeling like someone's pulling your fingertips out of your shoulder sockets. Providing some rotation from the shoulder. Again, trying to focus on just the arms here, nothing else is engaged. And we'll pause up at 90. We're going to reverse those circles out to a T, squeeze in towards the hips, back up to 90. Again, feel like those fingertips are reaching away. Flowing through this movement, nice and controlled. Warming up the arms. We have two more like this. Last one. Arms float up to 90, and you're going to reach those fingertips nice and long back down to the mat. Hands are down at the mat, collarbones nice and open. Find that neutral spine, that pocket of air underneath the low back. We're going to start with just a pelvic rock. So tiny motion here just in the pelvis. Inhale, exhale, imprint the spine, tucking the tailbone. Inhale to return to the neutral spine. Exhale until the pelvis forward, scooping through the core, squeeze the glutes. Inhale to return to the neutral spine. Tiny motion, it's like you're taking this pelvis, you're tipping it forward and backward like a 6 and a 12 on the clock. Knees aren't moving, collarbones open. You're moving between a neutral spine, which is that little pocket of air, and then an imprinted spine. Just starting to warm up before we go into our bridging. inhale, exhale, scoop one, going at a time, all the way back down. Continue with your breath as you scoop up, almost like you're massaging your spine up towards the ceiling, and then massaging the spine back down into the mat. The goal here is to warm up that back body. Keep the kneecaps nice and still. They're not opening or closing. We're just flowing through this movement, engaging the glutes. On this next one, we're going to scoop up and hold. Holding up at the top. Squeeze those glutes. 1 inch up, 1 inch down. Little pulses here. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press up, inhale, exhale, scoop one, going at a time, all the way back down. We're going to go into some hinge bridges, which is a good modification if you ever have anything going on in that low back. Inhale, exhale, just hinge the hips up, squeeze the glutes, inhale, exhale, hinge back down. So instead of rolling the spine up and down, it's just a hinge. Try to press evenly into the feet, almost pressing into that big and second toe, not rolling out to the ankle. And on this next one, we hold up at your top range. We're going to go halfway down, all the way up. Halfway down, all the way up. Keep those kneecaps shooting away, knees nice and parallel. No strain in the neck or the face or the shoulders. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold up, exhale, hinge back down. Good job, guys. All right, one more here. Feet are nice and flat. We're going to inhale, exhale, hinge up and hold. Holding up, we're going to lift the right heel, set it on down. Lift the left heel, set it on down. Keeping the hips nice and lifted. Finding a little bit of ankle articulation here as one heel lifts and lowers at a time. Modification, you just hold your bridge. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, exhale, hinge back down. Take the legs up to 90. Point and flex the toes. Reaching behind the thighs or the calves, roll your ankle in one direction. The other direction, getting a nice stretch here. All right. Feet come back down to the mat, knees are back, feet flat, palms down into the mat here. You have that neutral spine. We're going to imprint, so really press that low back down. We're going to start with just some marching here. Right leg to table, set it on down. Left leg to table, set it on down. Nice and controlled, keeping the same angle in the legs. Low back is pressing down into the mat. You can stay here if you want an extra challenge today. You could take the heels behind the head, coming up into a chest lift as you do your marching here. A little bit extra core work, not required. Again, you can keep that head down or you can keep it up. On this next one, we're going to pull both legs into tabletop. Find your tabletop position. Spine is imprinted into the mat. Knees are directly over hips. Shins are parallel to the ground. We're holding our tabletop. Finding that good form. And we start with our single leg toe taps. One toe taps down and back up. Other toe taps down and back up. You can always put the head down if you need. Tiny movement here. It's like you're tapping that toe into a pool of water. You're keeping that same angle in the legs, hinging from the hips to feel that ab work here. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down, shake it out, take an inhale and an exhale. You're going to take both legs straight down to the mat. Options here, hands can stay on the mat or they can go out wide to a T. Right leg is going to come up to 90, point the toe. We're going to do big circle here, swooping circles. Keeping the hips nice and level on the mat. Don't let the tailbone, the pelvis rock side to side. Really use your core to draw these circles. The goal is to have that leg straight or pointed. One more in this direction and then we reverse. Really controlling the movement to keep those hips down. One more in this direction. And then bring that knee into your chest, a little tug, take an inhale and an exhale. We're moving over to the other side, right leg down to the mat, left leg is going to come straight up to 90, point the toe. When you're ready, we're going to draw those big swooping circles. Try to keep that right heel pressed down into the mat. Should feel like core work. You're also getting that stretch of the leg. Lengthening. One more in this direction and we reverse. One more. Leg comes up to 90, bring that knee into your chest, give a little tug, take an inhale and an exhale. All right. Again, hands can go on the mat or out to a T, whatever feels better for you. You could always tuck your hands underneath the pelvis to really imprint the spine if you feel like you start arching. We're going to take legs up to 90, feet are parallel. Imprint that spine, you're going to lower to a challenge point and then come back up to 90. Modification here, you could do this in a tabletop position. Full range here is legs are straight. Should really feel those low transverse abdominals. Try to keep the spine imprinted down into the mat. We have 2 more like this. Last one. Feet come back to the mat. Take an inhale and an exhale. Rock up the knees if you need. We're going to do the same thing here in an external rotation. So Pilates feet, heels together, toes apart, lowering and lifting. Modification, you could be in that tabletop position. Find the low abs here. Don't go so low that the back is arching. It doesn't have to be a huge range, and the slower you go, the more work you get here. We have 3 more. 2 more. Last one. And feet come down, shake it out, let the knees sway side to side, take an inhale and an exhale. We're going to go into our single leg stretch. Right knee comes into the chest, left leg comes out to 45, hands are staggered on the shin. We switch. Switch. You can add a chest lift if you'd like, not required. Find the length of the leg as you pull that knee in and press the leg away. Try not to pull on the knee. The knee comes towards the midline. The toes go out towards 45. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it on down. Take an inhale and an exhale. scissors. Both legs are straight, one at 90, one at 45. We're gonna pulse, pulse, and switch, pulse, pulse, and switch. Chest lift is optional. Find the length of the legs, keep the spine imprinted. Inhaling and exhaling as we go through these abdominal series here. We are here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it on down. Take your arms out wide to a T, palms facing up. Let the knees sway one direction as your gaze goes the other direction. Inhaling to center, exhaling to switch. All right, pausing back at center. We're going to turn onto our sides for our side lying leg work here. You want your back flat, like it's up against the wall. You can be laid all the way down on your arm, propped up on the elbow, up on the forearm. Top arm can be on the mat to support you. It can go up to 90 or the hip for more of a balance challenge. It's up to you today what you would like to do. All right. We're going to start, both legs are straight, hips are stacked. You have a 45-degree bend towards that top corner of the mat. Shoulders are stacked, belly button to spine. Feel like you can lift the side body up off of the mat. We're going to lift up the leg, hip height. You're going to bend that leg in and press the leg away. Keeping the leg hip height, it's a bend and stretch. Bending and pressing. Again, top hand can be on the mat. On the hip, making sure you're staying stacked. Or up to 90, up to you. Feel that length with the leg as you press it away. One more, and we pause. We're going to keep the top foot flexed. You're going to lift and lower in parallel here. Top foot is flexed. Lift and lower. Keep the hips stacked, side body lifted. Inhaling and exhaling. We have one more. And we pause. You're going to point that toe now. Same thing in parallel. Lift and lower. Feel the difference. Reach those toes like they can go past the bottom leg. Keeping everything nice and parallel. We have 2 more like this. Last one. Set it on down, take an inhale and an exhale. We're going to flip to an external rotation. So you're going to have heel down, toes pointed up towards the ceiling. Same thing, you're lifting and lowering in that external rotation. Try to keep the hips stacked here. Feeling the leg and glute work. One more like this. Pausing back to the bottom. You're going to internally rotate as long as that feels good for the knees and the hips. Lift and lower in that internal rotation. Be starting to feel that burn in the legs. Last one. Set it on down. You're going to lift that leg up hip height. We're going to point forward, flex back, keeping the leg nice and lifted at that hip height position. Try to keep the top half of your body still using your core. Two more. One more, and we pause. Last one here. You guys got to really reach that leg long. Little circles. From the hip, not the ankle, for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. We'll set it down. Let's get a nice figure 4 stretch for that top leg. Taking the leg that you just worked, crossing it over, pulling that opposite leg in towards you if that feels good. When you're ready, we're going to get that other side, so flipping over to the other side here. Set up the same way, your back is flat, toes to that 45-degree bend. And then once you're set up, nice and stacked, we're starting with that bend and stretch. Bending the knee in, pressing the heel away. Keeping the leg hip height, belly button to spine, side body lifted. We got 2 more. Last one, and we pause, holding out. We're going to take that foot nice and flexed. It's going to be a lift and a lower in parallel with the top foot flexed. And then we pause, pointing that toenail, same thing, lift and lower with that toe pointed, keeping everything nice and parallel. Feel that side crunch as you lift. Placing the leg both directions, not letting the leg fall back down. One more like this, and we pause. We are going to externally rotate, heel down, toe up, lift and lower. So toe points up towards the ceiling. Modification here, if at any point that bottom leg needs to bend, that would be a modification. Feeling this more on that outer glute. One more. We pause, internally rotate, toe down, heel up, same thing. Lift and lower, really pressing the heel up towards the ceiling. Almost done here. You should start to feel that burn now. Couple more. Last one. And we pause. Lifting that leg up hip height, pointing forward and flexing back, trying to keep the top half of your body nice and still, using your core. Brush forward, sweep back. And then we pause, pointing that toe, little circles. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse those circles, almost done. You got it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down. We'll get that figure 4 stretch for the other leg. Good job, guys. When you're ready, we're gonna flip over to a 4-point kneeling position. We're gonna start here with just some single arm lifts. So you're in a neutral spine. You're gonna reach that arm, right arm out, set it back down. Reaching that right arm out, setting it back down. You're holding your position as you reach, pressing into the left fingertips here. Inhaling and exhaling. We have 2 more like this. Last one. Reset, we switch over to the other side. Left arm reaches, sets back down. One more, and we pause, getting yourself nice and balanced into those fingertips. Right leg is gonna lift and tap back down. Right leg lifts and taps back down. Your gaze is at your fingertips, crown of the head lengthening. The rest of your body is not moving as you do these leg lifts here. One more like this. We pause over to the other side. That left leg is gonna reach and back down. Reaching those toes. One more like this. And we pause. We are gonna add on. It's gonna be the right arm and the left leg. They're gonna lift and lower. We're gonna tap, come back up. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Over to the other side. Right hand down, left knee back. Left hand, right leg extend. It's a tap and a lift. Try not to arch the back, keeping belly button to spine. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it back down. Adjust here, make sure everything's nice and even. We're gonna go out and hold. Right arm, left leg. Find your balance here. Holding nice and strong. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down and we switch. Left arm, right leg, we hold. Hips are squared off, gaze towards the bottom fingertips, crown of your head lengthening. Use your core for the balance. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down, press on back into a nice child's pose. All right, we're gonna come prone on our bellies all the way down. All right, we're gonna take the back of the hands to the forehead. We'll be flat down looking at the mat here. Pubic bone pressed down, toes are reaching away, belly button to spine. We're gonna start with a lift up into extension and a return back down. You can always widen the legs if you're feeling anything in the low back. Belly button to spine as you lift. Find length in the spine as you come up. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Head comes all the way down and holds. You're gonna lift both legs, lower both legs. Lifting and lowering. And then hold. You're gonna take the arms to a goalpost position, gazes down. We're gonna do some shoulder glides here. You're gonna reach, coming back to goalpost. Gazes down, belly button to spine. Inhaling and exhaling. We have 2 more like this. Last one. Set it on down. Let's press on back into a child's pose. Get a stretch before we go into our second set. All right, coming back down, prone again. You can continue with what we're doing, otherwise we're gonna add on here. We're gonna have gaze down. We're gonna come back into the goalpost. We're gonna lift the legs up off the mat as we reach. Legs come back down as the hands come back to the shoulders, goalpost. You're gonna reach, legs lift, back to goalpost, toes come down. Reach, back to neutral. Few more like this. Inhaling and exhaling. Last one. Set it down, take an inhale and an exhale. Gaze is gonna stay down. We're gonna move into our swimming. Options, you can keep the hands on the mat. You can hold that goalpost like this as you lift and lower the legs, or arms can come straight out and you lift opposite. So you decide what you'd like to do. We're gonna start swimming here. You're gonna lift, 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 kick, 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 kick. Start kicking, swimming those legs and arms. We are here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press on back, child's pose. Feel that nice flexion on the spine. Inhaling and exhaling. All right. We are gonna come 4-point kneeling, and we're gonna come down onto our forearms. We're gonna do a forearm plank prep here. So, starting with just the knees down, you're gonna tuck the toes and just lift the knees and hold. Find that forearm plank, knees up. You can always tap down and back up. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down, child's pose. All right. We're gonna keep one knee down, other leg is gonna come out and hold. We're gonna hold this half plank here, and we're gonna lift and lower that back leg. Make sure the hips are squared off. You're pressing into the forearms. Forearms, elbows are directly underneath shoulders. And we pause. Right knee comes in, left leg extends. It's a lift and lower of that left leg. Keeping the hips squared off, holding this half plank here. and then we pause, press on back, child's pose. We're gonna go into our full forearm plank. Modifications, you can always keep the knees down, or if that forearm plank isn't working for you today, you can do a straight arm plank. When you're ready, we're gonna press out to that forearm plank and hold. Tailbone tucked, gaze at the fingertips, nice and strong through the shoulders. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down, child's pose. Feel that nice stretch here. We got 2 more forearm planks like that. When you're ready, we're gonna press out and hold. Find your form. Breathe through it. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down, child's pose. Good job, guys. We only got 1 more here. All right, last one. Make it your best. Forearms underneath shoulders. Press out into that forearm plank and hold. Crown of your head lengthening, heels press back behind, that tailbone's nice and tucked. We are here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down, child's pose. Good job, guys. All right, we'll finish with a little abdominals here. We're gonna come to a seated position. Knees bent, feet flat. We'll do a few roll downs here. Hands can come directly behind the thighs. We inhale, exhale, C-curve scoop. One bone at a time, all the way down. Inhaling at the bottom. Exhale, you can reach for those thighs, scooping up. Stacking back up and forward, folding 2 more like this. Inhale, exhale, C-curve scoop. Nice and slow. Inhale, exhale, all the way up. Using your hands at the thighs if you need. Inhale, exhale, nice and slow, all the way down. Inhale, exhale, all the way back up. We're gonna hold here. Let's take hands behind the head. We're gonna do some toe taps here seated. Right toe up and back down, left toe back up and down. Find the core work, belly button to spine, stacked up nice and tall. Breathing in and breathing out. 1 more each side. Then we hold. Holding in this position, we're gonna rotate to the right, center, rotate to the left, center. Shoulders out of the ears, belly button to spine. 1 more like this, and we pause. Lateral flexion over to one side and back. Keep those feet nice and flat on the mat. Core work here as well, holding this position nice and tall. One more each way. And we pause, butterfly the knees, forward fold, take an inhale and an exhale. One last one here when you're ready. Knees bent, feet flat, hands behind the head. We're gonna hinge and hinge back up. Tiny movement here, find those low abs. We're gonna add some arm movements on this next one. We hold up, arms in front, inhale. Exhale, come back. We scissor the arms, holding that V-sit position for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forward fold back. Last one, we're gonna do goal post here. Inhale, exhale, hinge back. As you hinge, reaching down. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach, forward fold. Take an inhale and an exhale. Good job, guys. We'll move into some stretches here. Let's get our mermaid stretch. Options, you can be crisscross, legs straight out in front, or in the traditional mermaid Z-sit position. One hand to the ankle, other arm out to a T, up and over towards that ankle, nice side stretch. Inhaling to center, exhaling up and over. One more on this side. A little counter stretch the other way. We'll switch positions. One arm out to a T, belly button to spine, rib cage closed. Exhale up and over. And again, you can always just be in that crisscross or legs extended out in front. Doesn't have to be a Z-set. Can be tight on the hips here. Keep the shoulders out of the ears. We have 2 more. Last one. Counter stretch. Other way. We're going to come back to a seated position here. Options. Legs are going to go straight out in front. You can always bend the knees if you need a modification. Legs are about hip distance. Arms out to a T, palms facing down, spine twist, pulse, pulse to the right. Center, pulse, pulse to the left. It's our sitting spine twist here. Knees can bend if you need. Gaze goes with that back hand. Shoulders out of the ears, belly button to spine. We're almost done, guys. You can stay here, you can add on that saw, pinky finger, pinky toe. Flexing, rotating up and over to the other side. Really dig those heels into the mat. One more each way. And pausing back at center. Let's take legs together. Arms come straight out in front. Zombie arms, shoulders down, belly button to spine. Inhale, exhale, reach, sitting spine stretch. Inhale to stack back up nice and tall. Exhale, C-curve, reach. Nice stretch. Inhale. Couple more like this, just feeling that stretch. 2 more. Last one. Back to center. We'll come back to 4-point kneeling. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Let's tuck the toes, pike the hips up to down dog, pedal the legs out. Walking feet into hands, shifting weight into feet. Inhale. Exhale, slowly roll on up. One bone at a time, roll the shoulders back. Head side to side, you guys are all set. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.